I've lived in Dubai for almost 20 years. Now, in any other country, normally living that long as a resident would entitle you to citizenship, but the UAE is different. How can I become a citizen of the UAE, and would I want to? We'll find out in this video. Hi, this is Jeremy from the Millionaire Migrant. I help entrepreneurs and investors avoid costly mistakes in their global strategy. These are mistakes that I made over the last 25 years. But with that experience, I'm now able to be able to show people the roadmap towards financial freedom. So if you're stuck in a system that doesn't reward your hard work, I'm here and my team is here to also show you the path and to show you all the options that are out there. Last year, there was a huge fiasco with Pavel Durov. Pavel Durov is a Russian-born citizen who holds multiple nationalities, including St. Kitts and Nevis, but also the UAE. Now, what happened is that when he got arrested because of what was happening on the Telegram chats, this drew an attention and spotlight onto what's it like for people who have multiple citizenships, but most interestingly, somebody who had a UAE citizenship but wasn't born in the UAE. So as someone who runs a fairly large citizenship and residency firm, I asked my team to look into the legislation around UAE citizenship because I was curious about how he got it and how some people have it, and also a key distinction that I'll come to later, which is a very important detail that if you get it wrong, you're going to get in a little bit of trouble. In Article 17 in 1972, you'll find that that is listing every single way of obtaining the nationality. So the first up is by naturalization. So for naturalization, you have to have 30 plus years of UAE residency or 7 years if you're an Arab national. You have to be fluent in Arabic, clean criminal record, and also legal income. You also need an academic qualification and a good moral character. So this would be in the form of a police clearance certificate. The same federal law talks about citizenship by marriage and citizenship by descent. So it gives you the guidelines in terms of how many years you need to be married or how you can trace it through ancestry. But the one we're going to talk about today, because I get this asked so many times that I just thought this is the best way for me to talk about it, is citizenship by exception. Now, you have no idea how often I get asked by many different people who manage to find my contacts, or they ask my team, but sometimes they contact me directly. They just say, I bought loads of property in Dubai, I own loads of property in Dubai, so am I eligible for the Emirati passport? I think that we'll talk about one of the key distinctions about the passport and the citizenship later on, but I know that I can talk about a few of these topics around citizenship by exception. So for some background, citizenship by exception, just for you to know, there are a few countries out there that enable this. So the ones that you may or may not know about, for example, would be Austria, which is that if you go through the proper channels and you show that you can demonstrate an investment there, they will also be able to consider you, because there's no guarantees with citizenship by exception, that they will grant you the nationality, Austrian nationality, which is European nationality. You also have the same in Serbia. That's not European nationality, not European Union nationality, that is. But there are also other countries as well. But that's to give you some context. But for the UAE citizenship by exception, then there is certain criteria that is there, but it's extremely rare to be obtained. And the reason being is that the UAE citizenship is extremely powerful and well-respected passport all around the world. So and just saying that I bought some properties here, it's like, mate, a lot of people have bought a lot of properties here, and in the end there's always someone who's probably bought more properties in here, but how much of that is really showing a strategic contribution to the society? Some examples of high-profile individuals that got the UAE citizenship would be Pavel Durov. I mean, he founded Telegram as one of the most used messaging apps in the world. You've got also Kevin O'Leary, who's the Shark Tank investor and talks very highly of the UAE, and he's a frequent visitor to Abu Dhabi. You've also got Khabib, who is the retired UFC champion. So he's another one, and you see his face on the billboards in the UAE as well. I also know personally some people who got the UAE passport as well. Those people are media personalities. So they're people that, not media personalities as in on TV, but they're people who had a role in raising the overall position of the UAE globally. Those are just the ones I know. I also know others that were involved in other parts of trade as well. So these are people that have brought intrinsic value over decades and decades and built very well-known corporations in the UAE. And so just like any other country, if you do that much for a country and you raise its overall public impression of that company, of that country, or that company is a huge employer, pays its taxes, then of course I think in any other country that would be expected as well. And it does actually happen in a lot of countries. One thing to be mindful of is that there's citizenships and there are passports. People use very often the term passports, but actually there is the term citizenships. Now the difference between them is a passport is effectively a travel document, but in a lot of countries you can also travel with your driving license domestically. Sometimes in the UAE you can also come in just with your Emirates ID as well, because this is linked to your residency. So but a citizenship is something that will continue to grant that passport, so it keeps recurring. So essentially when you lose the passport, or you want to renew the passport, or you want to expand your family that is connected to your nationality, this is what a citizenship does. As as opposed to a passport by itself. Now, in some cases, there are people who have passports but not the nationality. So they call this the family book. So this is something for some people to be mindful of, whether it's the UAE or any other country, is that you need to know the difference in a passport and a citizenship. And this is very important. The UAE doesn't allow dual citizenship. This is also very important. So for some people, they didn't want to give up their primary nationality. But if you see in the case of Pavel and Kevin O'Leary, they were given special exemptions to allow them to retain their original nationality. And in the case of Pavel Durov, he was also able to keep his St. Kitts passport. Whether he still had that at the time, we don't know. But it's commonly known that he did obtain this before he got the UAE citizenship. So a lot of people ask, how can I get the citizenship of the UAE? I would say that a lot of people should really understand that this is incredibly powerful passport. It's incredibly widely respected, and that isn't going to change anytime soon. It's going to go increasing in its global respect year after year after year, the larger the impact that the UAE has on the larger geopolitical scene. With this in mind, I would say that for those of you looking to obtain any nationality or passport, first of all, understand the differences between both. Second of all, understand the different paths towards obtaining it. You can have it through birth, descendant. I got my citizenship through descent from France. You can get through investment, which I've also done, and you have other different means and ways to obtain a second nationality. Citizenship by exception is something I'll be looking at this year. I'll keep you updated. But I would also note that as far as the UAE is concerned, you also have the UAE Golden Visa, which is extremely popular, and actually I believe, according to academic resources, it's actually the most popular residency program in history. Now, what's happened is that this program has multiple ways for you to obtain the UAE residency, UAE Golden Visa. Let's keep that apart from citizenship and passport, and we'll be doing another video because I think a lot of people don't really know the differences between all the different types of golden visa you can get. Remember, golden visa is different from a standard residency, so we'll be talking about that in a separate video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. I'll be talking about all the different paths towards just the golden visa. We might even talk about blue visas and green visas and regular visas as well, but just regarding golden visas, there are different paths towards it, which is real estate, bank deposit, business, and there's actually a fourth option that no one really talks about, so I'll be talking about that one as well because it's how I got my golden visa. So if you're interested to know more about the UAE golden visa and all the different paths, I'll be sharing that, and I'll be using this information because it's being curated by my team, which are one of the largest citizenship and residency companies in the world. So a lot of this information is verified, backed, and we do it day in, day out for all of our clients. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to know more about obtaining nationality, passport, residency, golden visas, you name it, this is the channel that you need to be watching because we have bona fide experts in different areas that do it day in, day out for all our clients. And if you are clients and you are watching this, because I know some of my clients have been messaging me saying, I didn't know that was you, Jeremy. Yes, that's me, and I'm on YouTube. I hope that you enjoy it. Thanks for showing your support. If you don't know anything about what we've done in the past, sign up, subscribe, share, and you'll start to see all of the news that we'll be sharing with you, and the quality of the content will inevitably start to become better and better as we go on. One last thing to note, whatever you're planning in terms of your golden visa, citizenship, passport, or residency plans, start a year early. Too many people, I have seen this time after time after time, and just coming with the Spain golden visa program closing, Malta, they're announcing that it's closing. Montenegro, I remember people rushing. Turkey when the price went up. Start the process a year early. It takes time. Funds take time. Documents take time. And there's always a rush at the end. So start the process early. Better that than be a day too late. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.